some great photos on the Facebook page
Yes.
with kids that your office has been working with Vote That John. Could you give us a little info about that program?
Yeah, so Vote That John is an effort we were introduced to by a really good friend of the school, Lorene Carey. Lorene is a professor at Penn, English professor. She's also an author. She's written a number of books. Most recently, she published Lady Sitting with Nana, which is a memoir of hers about the last years of her Nana's life. She was interviewed on NPR, WHYY, a couple other outlets about it. But Lorene connected with us about a couple initiatives, but one of which is Vote That John, which is an effort to increase voter turnout and civic engagement for young people across the city. There's a really strong team of students at Penn who organize it and do all of the social media and outreach and that type of thing. So now that we had 18-year-old graduates for the first time this year, we really wanted to make sure that they were registered to vote and participating in the electoral process. So Fabian, my colleague, did a great job making sure all the kids are registered to vote this year, and really scrambling at the last minute to make sure that they applied for their mail-in ballots if possible, or if not, they got to the polls on last Tuesday to cast their ballot. So out of 30-some graduates, everyone got registered. About half of them actually casted a ballot this time around. In November, we really want to try to get 100% of them to cast a ballot. We'll probably have about 40 eligible voters for November's election.
So this was sort of a test drive, if you will, to sort of see where how to improve it going forward.
Yeah, I mean, we want to take every election seriously, and we're hoping that all of the kids vote 2 times a year, like everybody should. But this was kind of our first go at it, and we were really happy about how it went. We really want to encourage the kids to encourage each other to get out to vote. So we're going to do some creative stuff on social media with Vote That John and ourselves. So that's what Vote That John's all about.
Did you mentioned civic engagement? Is it all around the electoral process? I mean, that the civic engagement is to actually try to talk to their friends and get them engaged. Is that that component as well?
Yeah, one idea we had kicking around was that we would really encourage all of the graduates to start posting pictures of themselves casting their ballot, or with their I voted sticker, or with their mail-in ballot. We hosted a couple little forums about the ballot itself and like who was on the ballot, what the ballot questions mean, stuff like that. Vote That John had a really great event virtually where they had DJ Jazzy Jeff come on Zoom and did some mixing, and they had young people talk about what it means to them to be a first-time voter. So I'm sure they're going to plan something big for November. So we'll just be a part of that with them.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, well, we'll check back in with you, and maybe you can have an update for us as we get closer to the election. That would be kind of neat, I think, to see how younger folk are getting involved.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, cool. Thanks again for making time.
All right, Steve.
See you now.